Kaloob 9090 sent $5. There's a black Muslim YouTuber called Chad Macc, who reacted your religion debate with Sneako, and wanted to debate you. He said he'll cook you in a debate and that your views are controversial.
Oh, who cares? I don't even know who that...
Yo, it's your boy Chad Macc, you know the vibes. I know I didn't drop a video all last week. Brother was handling some stuff, you feel me? But yeah, as you saw from the clip before, yeah, I'm on your ass, Nicky. Nicholas? Nick? You doing all these other streaming debates, but you not trying to debate the brother that's really calling you out to your face, son. Nicky, Nicholas, Nick. How about we get on Discord and talk about some stuff, man? Or you too scary, you want to go debate with them? They ain't my business. But hey, man, welcome back to Let Me Talk My Truth. You know the vibes. It's your boy Chad Macc. Had to get that off my chest. But yeah, man, for this video, I was going to drop it on a bunch of stuff I've seen throughout the week. And I was like, okay, I gotta pick. There's mad comments. There's too much stuff going on. But I honed in on this topic, because it's not talked about a lot. But then when people bring it up, people got misconceptions and whatnot and all that. So the recent state of our society is fucked. We're cooked. The younger generation is even cooked than us. It's cooked, bro. I don't know what to say. It's cooked. Our society is cooked, bro. Because I was just watching a recent stream. You feel me? I be on the videos, watching the VODs now. I just popped in on Twitter for whatever sake. And I saw Adin was streaming. I said, all right, let me see what he doing. Then he was with Sneako. So I'm like, oh, okay, this might be another, yeah. So they chopping up, woo, and then they got Andrew Tate came in. I said, all right, shit about to get interesting. And they brought Buddy Nick in there. I said, oh, it's up now. As soon as I say that, they just coming in. Rapid fire, son. They talking about religion, of course. Race mixing, of course. The whole supremacy tagline, whatever. But I find it interesting because I'm sitting down hearing all of these people's perspectives. And I'm not going to lie. Some of them had really good points. But maybe it was the delivery, because I get it, I understand some of the points they're coming from, but still wasn't really resonating with my spirit or my mata. You feel me? But peep the clips, man. Peep the clips.
Where I agree with Nick, and why I like the America First movement so much is how much he incorporates the idea of God, which I see lacking from a lot of white supremacists. And since I started getting into the space, I'm sure you've seen it, Nick. The Groypers have gone back and forth with the Wignats. I'm sure you've seen that tape. These people, they get on there and they just yell slurs, and I don't think they help at all. I think that they make the movement look kind of stupid, and they make people discredit what should happen and how we need to bring back some sort of traditional values in the West. But America First, Nick's movement and all, I mean, even then, of course, what Tate has been talking about for 2 years, you've done a good job of making people realize what we're supposed to do and bringing the idea of God back. And so I'd like to see that more, and I want to see that more from a lot of these white supremacists. They don't speak about that as much. It seems like a lot of them would rather worship their skin color rather than worship God. I've always agreed with Nick that race is real. That debate can never really be won. Race is real, but I don't believe that any race is superior to another race. And I don't think that's something that you disagree with as well. I think the wording of your tweet was a little bit, and it seemed like you understood why that is saying that white supremacists are totally right, why that's incorrect. I don't think that white people are better than black people. And there's a lot of people on Twitter. Maybe I've never said that Nick was a white supremacist either. Nick wants to have a debate about this as well, but I don't think that any race is superior to another.
Well, he fucking better be a white supremacist because he looks white to me, so you better fucking be. I don't know what kind of cuck you have to be to not believe you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet anyway.
Your mic went out. Oh. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Now we do. It just the last part we didn't hear.
I think being mixed race is the ultimate human. I think being hybrid is the best possible existence. If you're white and you're not a white supremacist, then you're fucking gay. And if you're black and you're not a black supremacist, then you're gay. I believe being mixed race is the perfect possible way to be. I love being a day walker. I'm black in jail. I'm white in court. I can do whatever I need to do. It's great. I don't see why you'd be anything else. And when the tweet I made was saying race is super real and that white supremacists are right, they're being replaced and that their life is going to become very difficult. They are. That's completely true. I also believe that cultures are real. And I also believe that cultures derive actions and they derive certain habits from people. I believe that there's a culture in Congo which is different than the culture in the West. So you can sit and say white people act a certain way, black people act a certain way, or you can pussy out and say it's cultural. But that's the reality of it. And I also do believe, I'll tell you right now, I'll say it. Black people we're better athletes. Just the truth. Look at the NFL. Look at the NBA. We're better athletes. White people are more organized. Bro, take it from me. It's the reality of the game. I live with white and black people in my house. Half my family's black, half my family's white. I'm not saying one's better than the other. What's better depends on the scenario. You can't say if you're white, you should be saying white people are the best. If you're black, you should be saying black people are the best. But for me, I'm just sitting there saying, well, it depends on the scenario. If I'm in the Sahara, or if I'm going to have a street fight, or if I'm in the desert or whatever, then I want to have all my black friends with me. I'll argue right here that Muslims are loyal to Islam above most things as well, which just adds to the problem. I mean, I don't know about America. I'll talk about England, but England, where I grew up in a town which was 80% Muslim, Luton, and Muslims are loyal to Islam above they are loyal to the government and above their loyalty to England and above their loyalty to most things. They're loyal to Islam above all things. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be at all. I'm saying that they are. You have to be logical and have conversations without getting emotionally invested like a child and sit and say, okay, do you want X amount of people inside of a country, X amount of subsect of the populace which are loyal to something different than the country itself, which will change the face of the nation forever? That's the conversation, because everyone's loyal to something. If you have a football team, you have black people, white people, Muslims, Jews, everyone on the same football team. They're loyal to the football team. They all try and win. That's fine. Great. But when you're talking about a country, when you have people coming to the country who are loyal to things besides the country and they're prepared to exploit the country for the benefit of that group instead, then you have to ask yourself, do you want those people in the country at all? That's a pretty sensible conversation to have, isn't it? Like, would I allow someone into my house who didn't have the best intentions for me and the household? I don't think that would make sense.
But that's always going to happen with faith. Muslims are always going to show allegiance to God in front of the nation, because there's nothing that's more important than God. And that's where I see the issue, because that's why I know that Judaism is a false religion, and the same with why I think Christianity is a false religion. But Islam is only pure loyalty to God and God alone. The reason that Judaism, why there's an issue with the power, because I never said it was all Jews that are, I think it is. I think it's the Zionists that show allegiance to the racial aspect of Judaism rather than the religious aspect. And there is no racial aspect in Islam. There's no racial in Islam. As long as you're Muslim, then we're all the same under God. In Christianity, for example, I see what Nick is doing and why it's commendable, but we've disagreed upon this, and why I think that there's a small flaw is that he sees the issue with Zionism and how ethnicity is tied to faith, and it's almost like he wants to do the same thing. And I would like to see what his response to this is. But you see the Zionist problem and how it's tied to ethnicity and faith, and so you talk about how we need white Christians, white Catholics. But there's no idea of whiteness, or there's no idea of race that's written into Catholicism.
As you saw from the clips, there was dropping them you feel me? A lot of knowledge. But the thing that stuck out to me was when Sneako said something about white supremacists. You feel me? They're not talking about worshiping God. They talking about worshiping their skin. And the shit that really blew me was, I was like, damn, that shit kind of true. because from what I was watching from Nick's stream and some other streamers, I've been jumping in, peeping what they saying. All they talk about is white, 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 and then they sprinkle God and religion on top of it to make it sound pretty, which they're just regurgitating what they heard from pastors or what they read in the Bible or whatever. Nothing is your own original thought. Everything is just regurgitated, which is sad. I don't know why, but that's how it goes. You feel me? But I appreciate y'all, man, for coming back to Let Me Talk My Truth. You feel me? Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. We almost at 400 subs. Almost 400 subs, dog. Almost 400 subs. And then boom, we're going to jump up to 500. Then from there, 1,000. And then from there, we're going to keep going. You feel me? But I appreciate y'all, man, for all the likes, comments, and the subscriptions. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much. But I'm going to catch y'all later. It's your boy, Chad Macc, man. Be easy.